Good evening, Phil Gibbs here. It is December 4th, Thursday. On my list of things to do today was to create a video, and I was super busy, back-to-back appointments. I just finished showing property in Encinitas, and it is now 6:15 p.m. and I hadn't done it yet, so I'm actually sitting in front of my house getting ready to go inside, and I'm getting it done here in the car, bad lighting and all, because I wanted to get it done. Why video? Well, I'm going to share a little bit about that here now. This has been on my mind here over the last couple of weeks, and it actually goes back to an experience that I had with a site called Flickr. You guys remember Flickr? It was an early social media site. It's still around today, but mostly for photography, for posting photos. My brother had encouraged me to post some of my travel photos that my wife and I were taking on our trips to this site, and it was private for family and friends and that sort of thing. He also at one point encouraged me to make some of them public, which I did. And interestingly enough, people started making comments on them, clicking the like button, that sort of thing. And I started learning what people liked and didn't like and that sort of thing. And it was a really interesting process learning, because I was not into photography at all. Okay, fast forward several years and I developed a passion for it. I won a camera in a banking contest, and this hobby and passion blossomed to the point where, fast forward to 2010, 2011, I had photos featured in magazines and in books, and hanging on gallery walls, and used in decor and commercial office spaces and hotels and all kinds of stuff, even trips. Took trips to Hawaii and have been able to travel pursuing some of the largest waves in the world. And the biggest thing, the most rewarding thing, aside from the experiences and all of that, was really the relationships that I formed in that process, both with other photographers and people I met through that website that have now become friends in, face to face in real life today. But the takeaway from that for me was simply that by putting the photos out there into the web, into the world, into the universe, and getting that feedback really helped me just blossom. It blossomed into something much bigger than just posting photos on a website. It turned into relationships and experiences and things I could not even have imagined at that time. Had I thought about it or thought through it or analyzed it, I would have never have guessed what it would have turned into for me. And even now, it's simply a hobby. I don't do any of that professionally anymore. Don't sell photos or anything like that, because I lost a little bit of that passion when it became work. But one of the reasons I wanted to talk about that today is I just left the grocery store. On my way home, I needed to stop and get a couple things at the grocery store. And going through the checkout line, a guy, I guess, saw my name when I scanned my card, and he said, "Are you the Phil Gibbs that posts surf photos?" I said, "Yeah, I am." So even many years after that, it's still creating kind of this, it's created this goodwill, and it would have never happened had I not put myself out there about it. So why am I mentioning this now? Why is that relevant today? Well, this video thing that I'm doing, I don't know what that means. I don't know where it's going to go. It may go nowhere. But the reason I'm doing it is because I've learned that if we put ourselves out there, whether it's this medium or that medium or this way or that way, we don't know what that's going to turn into. It could turn into nothing, but we won't know until we do it. And the video thing is something I'm fascinated by, and I want to learn by it. And it's not going to be perfect. So this is a perfect example of how imperfect it is, right? This lighting is terrible. I'm in a car, it's dark. I probably look bags under the eyes, et cetera, right? But that's not what it's about. It's about putting yourself out there, doing the work, going through the process, and making it happen, right? And so I think we can carry that out into our daily lives, whatever that may be, whatever goal we have for 2018 or goals we have for 2018. we don't need to overanalyze it. It's something that I suffer with, as an analytical guy, but I've learned over the years that if we're going to make stuff happen, we just have to do it. We just have to put ourselves out there, do it, make it happen, take the feedback, fail over and over again, fail faster, learn from the mistakes, and get better and better, whatever direction that may be. Okay, so you may be wondering, or I may have wondered, why am I posting these videos online or to Facebook or wherever? Well, now you know. It is simply to go through a process, a learning process. I certainly appreciate any feedback that you have. I appreciate the comments and the likes and all that sort of thing, specific to real estate, because some of these will be related to real estate, as you might imagine. I'd appreciate knowing what you'd like to hear about. I have a wealth of content that's constantly flooding into my head, and I find myself not having enough time or making enough time to actually do something with it. But any ideas that you have, I would certainly appreciate that. And for you who are still watching this video now 6 minutes in, thanks for the time, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Thanks.